When it comes to selling your home, you want it sold fast for the most amount of money and the least amount of stress. And unfortunately, 39% of the homes that get placed on the market never sell. I'm going to share with you the 5 critical reasons and what you can do to prevent your home from not selling. And most importantly, to be able to sell your home for the most amount of money, the shortest amount of time on the market, and the least amount of stress. So grab a pen and a piece of paper. You're going to want to write these down. Now, one of the biggest mistakes people make when putting their home on the market is pricing their home. And how do you prevent from pricing it incorrectly? There's a couple of ways. One, have it appraised and tell that appraiser that you're appraising the property and determining the price based on a sales price within the next 3 months. You see, a real estate appraiser is going to come out, they're going to look at your home, they're going to measure bedrooms, bath, square footage, they're going to give you a hard copy. They're also going to determine your price based on the most comparable properties to yours, bedrooms, bath, square footage. But it's more than just that, because they cannot go past a 6-month time frame. They're going to look between 3 and 6 months out within a 3-mile radius of your home, and they're going to determine what they feel is the value of your home based on that market price. Now, another way, and typically doesn't cost you any money, is to have a real estate agent, but a good real estate agent, somebody that's experienced, and be sure and ask them the questions. How many homes have you sold? How many years have you been in the business? And get them to come out and look at your property. Typically, they can pull the square footage off the tax records or from a previous sale, and they're going to do the same thing. But you want to make sure that they sit down with you and actually talk to you about price with an actual device, such as an iPad or a laptop computer. You don't want any pieces of paper. You want somebody to come out to look at your home so you can see in real time while they're there what other homes have sold for. Don't listen to Lou across the street based on what he said he was going to sell his property for. You need to see in real time what that person's home sold for within the last 3 to 6 months, within a 3-mile radius of your home, so you can determine the best price. Now, how you know when you've got the best price is people are going to call you and they're going to want to come look at your house. The last thing you'll want to do is price a little too high, because if you get it too high, it's just going to sit. You want to price it to sell and not to sit. And here's what happens. If you price it too high and then you come down, you come down, you come down, then you're going to seem a little desperate. Then buyers are going to think, well, what's wrong with the property? It's going to seem what we call shop worn. You don't want that. Once you've priced it high and you keep coming down, it shows that you're desperate, and then you'll start getting lowball offers. Now, when it comes to condition, I always tell people the cleanest home is always going to be the next one that sells, but not just clean. You want to declutter. You want to box stuff up, put stuff away. That's the simple things. But you also want to take into account that if you have a garage and you never go through the front door, you want to make sure that front door is pristine clean. If you have to, put a new doorknob on it, paint the front door, get rid of all the cobwebs. Pressure washing. Start with the outside and work your way in. Pressure washing, trimming shrubs, putting out some fresh mulch, pine straw. One of the things that people really overmiss is cleaning your windows. When you clean your windows, your home seems bigger. If you have dark rooms, maybe you like a dark room, you might want to consider painting it a lighter color. Darker rooms seem smaller, lighter rooms seem larger in size. The next home that's going to sell for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of stress is the cleanest home every time. Now, there are a couple of tricks I want to share with you that I've learned over the years. One is vinegar and water. If you take 50% vinegar and 50% water, say a couple of cups of vinegar, a couple of cups of water, put it in a bowl, put it around areas. That will help eliminate any pet odor. You want to wash dog beds, pet beds. I have 3 dogs, love my animals, I get it. You'll also want to make sure that you don't burn a lot of candles, you don't use a lot of incense, and you don't use a lot of spray chemicals, because what that does is it masks the odor. And when you mask the odor and somebody walks in your house, they can still smell a little bit, but they still smell that real strong smell that you're spraying or that you're burning, and it makes them think, what are they trying to cover up? You don't want that. Now, another one that people get really hung up on, and it hurts the sale of their property, is the terms that they will accept. I don't mean owner's terms. I mean like FHA, conventional, VA, USDA. There's typically only 6 ways that people can finance a property. They're going to hard money, they're going to FHA, VA, they're going to do cash. But if you were to sell a property, for example, for $290,000 cash, you have it listed for $300,000, but you take $290,000. Don't rule out them coming along and asking you for closing costs. I can't tell you how many times, hundreds of times, I've sat at the dining room table with homeowners and they say, Wayne, I'm not paying closing costs. And I say, why not? And I'm just not paying their closing costs. But here's the way I put it. If you sold your home for $300,000 and you take $290,000, if you sold it for $300,000 and paid $10,000 in closing, it's still a $290,000 net. and you don't have to come out of pocket with any money. Most of the time, people think, well, if I got to pay someone's closing costs, then I have to come out of pocket. You don't have to come out of pocket. No money whatsoever. The title company, the closing attorney is going to subtract the closing costs that you're going to be paying the buyer from your net proceeds, and you get a check at the sale. Now, another term factor that prevents people from selling their home is FHA. A lot of people don't want to go FHA. Ask them why not, and they say, Wayne, I don't want it to go through that stringent FHA loan approval. But I share with them, listen, if you can allow it to go FHA, it's real simple. They're going to come out and look at your property, and if you go through and watch this video and take notes and you prepare your property, you pick up, spruce up, put away, you can sell it to an FHA buyer. The FHA loan limit right now is $524,000. This home is 35 minutes outside of New Orleans, Louisiana, and this home is priced under $500,000. Somebody can purchase this house, get an FHA loan, the seller can pay closing costs, and it literally costs them just the down payment out of pocket, which is 3.5%. Now, if you have a lower to modestly priced home, say under $300,000, I know that sounds crazy saying that, under $300,000. I've been around a long time, 29 years doing this stuff. But if you're in that price range, you want to make sure that the home is available for sale to be purchased with buyers that have a USDA loan approval. If they have a USDA loan approval, United States Department of Agriculture, they can purchase your house and it costs them no money out of pocket if you're willing to pay their closing cost. And as I mentioned, that's around 3.5%. By doing so, they get a 100% government-backed loan. Now, you also have to understand that first-time home buyers made up 30% of the homes that were purchased in 2024. So you can see by having your home available to those first-time home buyers with USDA type loans opens up a 30% more market than not having it available for USDA loan. Now, something else that can prevent your home from selling is not making it eligible to a VA buyer. A lot of people say, well, Wayne, I don't want to deal with the Veterans Administration having to come through and inspect my home. Listen, if you follow the list and watch this video and you go off of that, you won't have any trouble selling it to a VA buyer because it's going to open it up a tremendous amount of buyers for your home. The Veterans Administration gives buyers a 100% loan. So if they have money saved for their closing cost, it doesn't cost you any money to pay their closing costs. They get a 100% loan, and the veterans, they don't have to pay private mortgage insurance. There's also no loan limit. They can purchase $1 million home as long as they have a lender willing to lend them the money to buy your home. Now, the next one you can't do anything about, and it's the only one out of the 5, you can't really do much about it, but that's location. You know, they say location, location, location. What I mean by that is if you're close to an apartment complex, a commercial dwelling, schools, if you're close to a fire department, police department, sometimes people don't want to be close to those things. They work it around the hustle and bustle, and when they get home, they don't want that disturbance. However, you have to know that emotional factors play a huge role when it comes to purchasing a home. So you have to look at schools. You're close by schools. If you're close to a fire department, your insurance is going to be a little cheaper. Close to a police department, you're going to be safer. It's all of the emotional factors that you have to play on when selling your home. So this one's a big one, and it is unfortunate, but you need to know this one as well because it's price, condition, terms, location, and the agent that you select. That's why it's important to vet those agents, to talk to agents, to interview more than one agent. Ask them what they're going to do to market, promote, and advertise the property. They should come in with electronic device, iPad, computer, laptop, and show you in real time what homes have sold for in the area so you can determine the best market price for your home. If you need somebody, go to sellwithwayne.com. There's no cost and no obligation to interview agents. We have vetted agents. We have some of the best around the country. Sellwithwayne.com. We thank you for watching this video. I hope you've liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you have. Subscribe to the channel. I promise you, you will learn something new on every episode.